Ladies and gentlemen, hear you. Welcome again to another episode of UTR Presents House of the Dragon. Tis I, Sir Rock of the Land Duce. Joining me as always is royal producer, the man behind the boards, Mongo the Sleeps. And as I look around, my daughter always laughs as I do my intro because she's like, "What the hell are you doing with your voice?" She comes out of her room just to hear me do that shit. Like,
what is his old
like
ass doing now?
what the
Sorry.
fuck is wrong with this old bastard and what is he doing? Folks,
What's going on, folks?
right. She just came out here and gave me the look. It was like, "Hey, what the hell is wrong with you?" That's pretty much exactly what she said. She said, "Dad, why do you sound like that?" But thank you for joining us, folks, on this Saturday morning. I would like to wish that everyone who has been affected by the hurricanes from Florida to the Carolinas, even up here now on the upper East Coast, we're getting some heavy rains. I do hope everyone is safe. If you are not safe, please reach out to your local government to find any kind of assistance that you can. We did have a major hurricane that hit the United States recently, so please, if you are safe, continue to remain safe. If you know people who aren't safe, try to get them as much assistance as possible. Because hey, can't have a podcast if we got nobody to watch us, and we need all you guys to watch us.
Y'all need to be safe for us.
Right, no other reason.
Yeah, we like narrowly, like just turned up and barely missed us.
Oh,
Here, so we
nice.
got lucky. Because it left Florida, it got stronger, and then came back through, and we're like, oh shit.
Right,
So
like
it's tough, it's Florida got hit real. I mean, good God, like
Naples is completely underwater right now, brother. It's completely
that
underwater.
bridge that got taken out. So
Yeeks,
like,
yeeks. So, like we said, folks, if you are safe from this hurricane, continue to remain safe. If not, if you know anyone who isn't, please try to get them as much assistance as possible. But all right, folks, let's talk some dragons. This episode, I'm going to call this episode, I know Mongo has something already made with the episode. This episode is called The Growing Hate of the Green Dress Wearing Hoe. That's what I'm going to call this episode. Okay? The Growing Hate of the Green Dress Wearing Hoe. This episode, ladies and gentlemen, there's not a lot of actual physical violence this episode. So a lot of people who
I mean, at the very end.
at the very, very end. But you know what? I know a lot of people who don't watch House of Dragons nor Game of Thrones because they feel that it's ultra violent. Listen, Game of Thrones, every episode somebody was getting a dick chopped off, a face chopped off, or something. House of Dragons so far, you're not going to get as violent, but you're going to get some violence. This episode pretty much starts off with, well, first of all, let's be clear to everyone. There has been a massive time jump once again. We no longer have the child Rhaenyra, and we no longer have the child Alicent. We no longer also have the child Laenor. We have full on grown adults. And we start this episode with Rhaenyra showing that she's a fucking G. Listen. I've listen. I've
We're about to get to it.
Right. It wasn't really violent, but she was dripping blood. It wasn't really violent. Listen,
Jeez.
I've seen childbirth firsthand, live and in color. The fact that Rhaenyra had less grunts than when I take a shit, and she was giving birth, shows just how much of a G she is. They show it comes on with her giving birth, and she's sitting there with the low, and I'm like, that's all the noise you making for this medieval fucking birth with no anesthesia. That's all the noise you're making. And sure enough, she has what is another little boy. And as soon as that baby is pushed out, I'm not even talking 20 minutes. Right. I'm not even talking 20 minutes after that baby is pushed out. Old haterade Alicent said, bring the baby to me. Even if it wasn't her first time, Jasmine, childbirth is some serious shit.
I
Childbirth
guess.
hurt.
Yeah, I mean, even if you know it's kind of still gonna fucking suck. Like that's.
Dude,
Uh,
even like it's childbirth is some serious shit. Like I have nothing but respect for females because there is no way in hell I'm gonna have a hole stretch out the size of a fucking Volvo. A hole that's normally a keyhole gets stretched to the size of a Volvo to push another human being through. Women, y'all got it. I put it to you this way: men had babies, my ass would have been fucking neutered and spaded at fucking 8. Okay, okay, it would have been neutered and spaded at 8. Okay, not fixed, not vasectomy, neutered. I'd have been neutered. Okay, there's no way, no way.
okay,
I would be going through that.
if men were having babies, we would have had a lot of this birth control shit figured out like quick, instantly,
We,
fast.
if men were having babies, birth control would have been available before fucking sex. Okay,
Like,
like,
but this show like has done. We've seen a lot of difficult fucking births in this show. I mean, fucking this even isn't even the only one this episode.
right.
Shit, it's fucking like. So she has the kid, and then the second she has it, she's told, "Oh, the queen wants to see the baby," and
And
she
instead of her giving the
stands
baby,
up.
right,
Yeah, walks. She's like, "Oh, I guess I'm taking the baby." Like, are you fucking kidding me? And then she walks into Laenor, and
hold on,
Laenor has.
hold on. Before she even gets to Laenor, she stands up. She takes about 4 steps. Her handmaidens are like, "Queen, please lay down. We'll take the baby." She's like, "No, no, no." She takes about 4 or 5 steps, and you hear another. Because guess what's coming now? The afterbirth. So basically, another birth is happening while she's standing up. So, yeah,
And
yeah.
she's and like we see it soon after this. But so like what this alluded to, uh, while she's walking, she's essentially leaving a trail because she just had a fucking child and is like,
Big ass baby at that. That wasn't no little baby.
yeah. But she walks into Laenor, and he has the fucking nuts to say, "So how was it? Is it that bad? Is it that painful?" She should have fucking slit your throat right there, dude. What the fuck?
Laenor,
He just
Laenor
he does want to help, but it's also like, shut the fuck up.
Laenor. Here's the thing. Laenor wants to help, but he is so flamboyantly, what you call it? Flamboyantly. He's flamboyant with his homosexual dealings. You know what I mean? So Laenor literally is living vicariously through Rhaenyra with her being a female. Because he was like so excited to ask her how it was. He was like, "So does it really hurt? Does it really hurt?" It's like he's living by, and she's just looking at him like, "You blonde headed motherfucker, are you kidding me? Asking me if it hurts?" Oh, Ricky, he wants to hold the baby. She's like, "No, I'll hold the baby." Well, he's like, "Well, at least take my arm." Takes the
Now,
arm.
I guess this has happened both times before because Laenor says, "I can't believe we're still doing this shit." Like
Hmm.
we see. I was shocked at this point that they were like. I figured after his boyfriend got murdered by
Hmm.
Cole that like they were gonna have like a strained relationship, but they're very close. Like they're incredibly close, which I
They,
like. I like that little small twist.
they're like because they were literally best friends. They always say that your cousins are your first best friends. They always say that. That's a rule, and I even believe it because I have three cousins who I grew up with who are like my brothers, who are fucking my best friends in life. So your cousins are literally your best friends. Rhaenyra and Laenor were best friend cousins from the time that they were little, and they both understood the game of what a royal marriage is. So they had a clear cut understanding of what their relationship and what their marriage was going to be from the day that they was announced that they were going to be that they were betrothed to each other.
They had the plan like, hey, we're gonna get to fuck whoever we want. We get to do the royal shit. Like they were excited about it, and you know, unfortunately, that's not gonna work out. Yeah, like they really. Alicent is such a. She's a bitch. God,
She really is. She really is.
like,
Like
uh,
everybody jokes when
uh,
I say it. She's really mad at the fact that she got stuck with Crypt Keeper Dick, and she can't have
so
fun.
I was watching this interview that the younger actress of Alicent did,
Hmm.
where she was talking about why she feels this way against Rhaenyra, and she said it's because her character was in love with Kristen Cole, which I didn't get. But you know what?
It,
That's a petty reason that makes sense.
but
That's a
here's the
like
thing. It was never mentioned that she was in love with Christian Cole.
no, but
It was
but she wanted to give him the favors at the thing. She
she
kept like
wanted
looking at him and like,
she wanted to give him because she thought he was cute.
mm.
She thought it
But we
was
never got
cute.
anything more than that. We never got the love. You're right. They never showed anything more than that
Right,
one scene.
right. Like he was the let's be realistic, he was the most attractive person at that fucking Knights tournament. So it wasn't just Alicent and Rhaenyra looking at him, it was every other female that was in the goddamn crowd as well. He was the most attractive fucking knight there. So how do they talk about that she had a love for Sir Cole? If anything, she had a love for fucking Rhaenyra. If anything,
Yeah.
that relationship is something that they could build on the fact of why she's so mad at Rhaenyra.
But yeah, so they get the stairs, and she just like, here we go, and she just starts walking, and then she stops halfway up, and Laenor says, "You're gonna go back, and you're gonna go to bed, and you're gonna get your rest. I'll take the baby." And she says, "If I'm going down, you're gonna have to fucking carry me down the stairs."
Right.
Uh, and yeah, that's what Kenny was getting at last week.
Right. It's basically she's mad that Rhaenyra get to have a hot girl lifestyle where she can do what she wants, reaps the benefits of being royalty, and smash whoever she wants. And Alicent is too busy. Here's the thing: Alicent is too busy being stuck on what she should be doing as a queen, not paying attention to what every other queen has done, what every other king is doing. No one, kings and queens rarely have monogamous relationships during these times. There's always a
No,
boy toy,
nobody.
a handmaiden, somebody. Everybody's getting some side pieces. Alicent wants to be. She's so pure and innocent. She just doesn't understand it. So she's mad that she doesn't get to live that fucking life. But you can. You're the queen. Look
She
at
wants to like
Cersei.
she wants to start a war
Dick.
over her
Dick.
stepdaughters. Yeah, like it isn't that but so she goes up the stairs with Laenor. Laenor's like, at least lean on me, I'm trying to help you get up here. We get to Alicent's chambers, and she says, "Oh, you should be resting," but she says it with the voice of like, "Yeah, I know you actually come up here." Like,
Right, like, dear
uh,
child, you should be resting with your labors.
and she gets one of her handmaids to bring a pillow for her to sit on. Takes the baby. The first thing she does, looks at the hair because it's not
Blonde.
silver white, blonde. Yeah, it's not the right color. and hands the baby over to King Viserys, who at this point looks like a fucking Pokemon. I'm not fucking lying.
This motherfucker looks like Mewtwo.
No, I'm gonna have to show you what he fucking looks like. Hold on, I got something for this.
No, Viserys is out here.
Bam. Looks like muck.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Viserys is also out here looking like shit, I
One
just
arm,
had
he's
it.
like, "Ah, ah."
He's also looking like the butler from Scary Movie 2. Watch my fanny, watch my fanny, my germs. Viserys is out here looking like it.
Right, fucking muck. Oh, woman fish and the chocolate barber soda SpongeBob.
Yes, he does. He does. Viserys, and the thing about it is, Viserys he's not blind to what's going on. He just doesn't want to admit it. And this motherfucker loves his grandkids more than his own goddamn kid.
And I can see why Allison's like you trust them more than you trust your own sons, because there's a point later on where all the kids are picking on like.
Oh yeah. Okay, because this happens afterwards. What I was going to say. Yes, go ahead. Continue, Mark.
There's a point where we get to where like all the kids are picking on one of Allison's kids, the younger one, Aemon.
Yeah.
Aemon.
Mm-hmm.
And because he doesn't have a dragon, like we got you a dragon, and it's a pig with wings. And this whole thing, and then Alicent says, "Who did this? Whose fault was this?" And Aemon says it was Rhaenyra's kids and
his brother and his older brother,
and because Aegon's a little shit, and we'll get into that. But Alicent believes, she is trying to force herself to believe that it was Rhaenyra's kids, even though she knows for a fact Aegon came up with this whole thing. She knows it. She knows that's what happened.
Joining us from House Hootie, King Jones. Right now, Mike, we're talking about the fact of Alicent is angry at her grandchildren because they pulled a prank on her child.
Yeah.
They pulled the prank, and like Mongo was saying, even though Aemon said Aegon was actually the leader of the shit, he said Aegon was the leader of it. She automatically is like, no, it's Chase, and I forgot the other one. I forgot the other child's name.
Aemon.
Well, I know the youngest.
No, the brown heads.
I know the new one is. Yeah. The new one was named Joffrey because Laenor took over the naming. They were
immediately.
Like, so have you thought of a name for this young prince? And Rhaenyra says, "We haven't thought." And before she can finish the word "thought,"
Joffrey.
It's Joffrey.
Which she kind of gets in his ass about. She's like,
she does.
What? I don't get a chance to name my own child. And Laenor pretty much put his foot down, and I don't blame him. He's like, look, we all know this kid ain't mine.
They're supposed to.
Like we all know this kid ain't mine.
So I should name at least one.
Right. Like these are supposed, but what's wild is how it's.
Yeah. I think part of it is because
he says that
he does, but also I'll be honest, I don't think Viserys gives a shit about Alicent. I don't really think he does.
Hell no.
I do think he loved his wife before that.
Oh, he was in deep love with his wife before.
And Rhaenyra is the last child that they had, the only child that survived that they had. So like all of his love and attention is going towards Rhaenyra.
Well, remember when he had that drunken meltdown by the fire, he practically told Alicent that it was a mistake that he remarried.
Pretty much.
And it
pretty much.
And it was.
Like he pretty much told her, "Look, I married you because every motherfucking body kept pressuring me to fucking marry somebody, and you was pretty much the only one that I
It
trusted at
was
this moment."
it was either you or I was going to fucking jail for getting with a kid. So
Right. Right.
he was real close from
Wow,
just listening to like
please have a seat right there.
just like real close. To,
Sarah said I should have had a dog.
but so Allison even said something to Laenor like maybe the next one should have your skin color or hair color or something.
No,
like
he
that.
said no. Hopefully, the next one has your nose.
Your nose.
Has your nose, yeah. And it's like
really, bitch?
obviously like, well, can you fuck her once? Can you get one time? Just pretend.
Right.
Pretend.
What fucked me up was literally
You got turkey baster?
Literally after she gave birth. Literally after Rhaenyra gave birth, Alicent wanted to see the baby. Like, really?
Yeah, you missed that part. What happens when you come on late to the show? We talked about
that. They're leaving, and Laenor says, I should have he has yeah
he has his father's. The whole room is giving the eye like that little kid with the drink.
But he says, I should be able to name my own kid. And Rhaenyra, I forgot what she said, but then she walks off, and Laenor looks back, and there's a trail of blood from where Rhaenyra has been walking. And it's like, oh, that has been happening the second she left her bed.
Mm-hmm.
There's a trail up the stairs into the room.
Yeah.
Like this show has like really focused on how fucking traumatic childbirth is.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not shying away. They're like, this is what this is about. You're
Funny enough,
deal with it.
Funny enough, Game of Thrones was about how this woman came into power and how she was the real mother of dragons and things of that nature. But House of the Dragons is focusing more on the female side of everything that has gone on during this time. Even though Game of Thrones, the story is about a woman, basically. House of the Dragon is focusing. House of Dragon is focusing on what the women are actually going through.
Yeah, like we have Daemon, but like he's kind of the only like male that's really like a main person. But
exactly
everything that is done, every move that is made, everything that happens, has to do with the female characters of the show, which is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, the janitor was like that video where the dude was, God damn it! God damn it!
God damn!
I know that janitor was crazy.
He was pissed. Then we get to see that was like gruesome. Yeah, and then we have another one later on. We'll get to. So we see the father of the actual father of these kids.
Who is the personal guard? He was the personal. He was the Night's Watch guard, right?
Yes, and he back when that fight broke out at the pre-wedding dinner, whatever it's called. He was one that picked up Rhaenyra and got her to safety. So, Commander of the Night's Watch. Okay. And he ends up trying to like take them down to get some training, and they're all getting training from Sir Criston Cole.
Here's the thing, though. First of all, we forgot the major part. A major part. Sir Criston Cole is now the personal guard for Alicent. So when Rhaenyra and Laenor show up with the baby, he's sitting there like, ho. He's giving her the whole look. He even calls her a cunt.
He does.
Yeah.
They dropped that
in front of the queen.
The first time they dropped it was Rhaenyra saying like Viserys said, "How's the childbirth? Was it okay?" And Rhaenyra goes, "I think I caught one of the maids a cunt." It's pretty rough. And it's like kind of like a little funny moment. But then we get to the point where Cole says that in front of Alicent about Rhaenyra, and even Alicent's like,
Watch your fucking mouth, bro. Like, be easy with what the fuck you say. Like,
gonna run that back.
right? He was like, "Oh, I apologize, my lady, on my word." He calls her a spoiled cunt. He calls her a spoiled cunt.
And the second he says it, he's like, oh, shit.
I went too far. He's like, damn, I went too. My bad. Because this man is still hurting over the fact that the only piece of ass he ever got that told him, "I don't want to be poor with you."
Bitter bitch.
It's been 10 years. All he had to do was be like, "Yeah, I'll be your little manho," and it's fine. But no,
he couldn't take that.
He couldn't do it.
Couldn't take it. Couldn't be a royal whore.
What a moron.
Dumbass.
So we get to them training the kids, and Kristen Cole is showing more interest in Alicent's children than Rhaenyra's.
Mm-hmm.
And the baby daddy tells Cole to give.
Yeah, he was.
Rhaenyra's
But here's the thing.
training.
Oh, here's another thing that we have to make very, 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 very clear. The baby daddy isn't just the commander of the Night's Watch. He's also Sir Strong's son, who's now is the hand of the king. He's the hand of the king's son.
And we also learned that the hand of the king has another son.
We learned that a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah,
we learned that a couple of.
I didn't catch that when that first happened.
But that Clubfoot was his son.
Yeah, I didn't catch that when he said it. It said like this episode when he's like, "My father and brother." I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute!"
Mm-hmm.
Like that caught me off guard.
No, I remember that they mentioned it.
Big Bag Larry. What? So they did mention it before. I just missed it. Okay.
They mentioned it before when my man Clubfoot meets Rhaenyra and they're talking in the garden. They mentioned it before. He was like, "I'm surprised you're not one of my suitors," and he was like, "No, unfortunately, I don't get a chance to be that honor. My father, he mentioned it then. And they mentioned that how his brother was out being a knight and things like that, but he couldn't do it because of his foot,
right.
And that's why he was sitting with the ladies."
All right. Okay, that makes sense. All right, that makes a bit more sense now. So anyway, Kristen Cole sends Aegon against like the oldest of Rhaenyra's kids, but it's still like a huge age difference. It's like a 4-year. And he just like
not even. It's like 6, damn near. Like first of all, we skipped an important part. The queen decides to confront Aegon about who played the trick on Aemon. Aegon is standing bucket naked in the window.
And by the way, I'm pretty sure, and I think we all think this is the same window.
Yeah, it is.
That
it is.
That kid. What was his name?
Coleman.
Committed suicide, jumped out of the window.
Yeah, when his wife.
It's like that one has gone through a lot of shit.
But your man Aegon is standing in the window, bucket naked, beating off to the sun.
And I mean, they didn't show his like dick, but they showed his arm motion. They showed his face. They even showed how deep his shoulder was getting into it. It was.
Your man was getting it.
Imagine you're just like below that building, just like having lunch. And you're just like eating a sandwich. Like, I don't think I got mayonnaise on this, but whatever. Like, oh god, this. It's so fucking gross.
Yeah.
But he doesn't get to finish because Alicent walks in on him and he jumps off the window like he did. Like he jumps off the window into bed like he's like, I wasn't doing that. She saw the whole thing.
She knew what he was doing.
It's and
It didn't care.
no, she didn't care, which I would care, but that's how Alicent is. Felt a drop like, is there rain coming? Oh, hey, bird shit. That's luck, right? That's luck. That's not bird shit.
Not at all. That shit is mayonnaise.
Alicent, who put you up to the pig thing or whatever? And Aegon, because he's a bitch.
It's like it was chasing them. It was chase. They made me do it.
They did it. It was their idea. Don't pick on your brother. But it's funny. And then
Right, like he admits, like, yo, I'm a part of this. I pick on my brother. It's fucking fun.
Yeah.
And she's just all, it's your cousins that are making you do this.
This
Actually,
is your legacy.
Actually, hold on. That's his nephews, right?
Yes, it's his nephews. Yeah.
Technically, those are his nephews. Okay. Right. Because Rhaenyra is technically his sister, right? So those are his nephews. Okay. And
by the way, folks, for those of you that are on Facebook, if you're leaving comments, you gotta leave them on the actual Under the Ring Facebook page version of this, not like the group things, because we won't see them. But if you click on that actual thing, we can do stuff there.
Right.
I just saw a lot of comments in different groups, and we're not seeing them here because of that. You have to make sure you're on the actual page version. So yeah, she says, if you know that if she gets in power, your life is forfeit.
Right, like she's making this dude scared.
You would take over if she's dead, and he says, I want to take over, and that's when she gets pissed. You are she got furious.
Right,
like Alicent is the one making this whole thing an issue. He didn't give a fuck.
Not one bit.
He doesn't want to be king. None of that. It's all because Alicent can't let fucking go.
That Rhaenyra fucked Sir Cole.
It's crazy because during this time jump, you could just see the transitions of these characters. Like you could see Alicent, she's turned into fucking Otto. And
she really has.
Mind you, Viserys never really wanted to become king either. So you can see the parallel between Viserys and Aegon. Aegon doesn't want to be king.
Right.
Aegon just wants to have fun, fly his dragon, jack off in the window. He wants to have
be Daemon.
Yeah.
Right. He wants to be Daemon.
And also, that's a good point. Everyone's like, Daemon's coming for your crown. Everyone's telling Viserys, Daemon's coming for your crown. Daemon didn't give a fuck about the crown.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone is making shit up for no reason. It would all be fine if you all just shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And just let shit go. But no. Because they wouldn't have a show.
Right.
So she's drilling it into his head that you have this has to happen. You have to become king, and it terrifies the shit. And you see it in his face; he's mortified at the my
sister is gonna fucking kill me.
My assistant is gonna try to murder
right. Like what the fuck? Like wow, okay, I guess. So we get to that part where the kids are outside training. And Sir Strong mentions to Sir Cole, hey, you're giving one set of kids more favor than the other set. Teach them all. And Sir Cole, your man just blatantly comes out and say, yo, you're taking a big interest in these kids like they yours, my man. Just pretty much put it out there. And that's
when the fight happens.
That's like getting called a craven, I guess. Being told that you taking interest in kids that are actually yours is like being called craven. My man Sir Strong said, "Oh, word, pink, 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 pink. How you like getting punched in the face with some metal hands this time, Sir Cole? Since you did it before. Pink, 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 pink.
Cole's laughing though. Cole said, "Fuck your kids." He's laughing because that just proved his point.
Right.
Like, that's what I thought.
Like only a man who take interest in that shit would be if you were the daddy. And
so that becomes a whole issue with the hand saying, I can't be your hand anymore because of what my son did, and he can't admit to what happened because once they put it out in the air, then something has to be done about it. But as long as they don't fucking say it, they can
right.
play ignorant.
And Viserys is like, well, why can't you be? What wrongs has he done? And Otto, I mean not Otto, Strong is sitting there like, I can't tell you, but he did some fucked up shit. I can't tell you, but it's wrong, bro.
If you can't tell me, then you're gonna still be my hand.
Right. He said. So Strong said, "Fuck it. All right then. You know what? I got some land. This nigga supposed to take over my land. Let me take him back to my land where we can take it over, and we ain't got to see him no more. Then, since you won't let me quit.
I'll let him go take over my stuff, and they'll come back." And Viserys is like, "That's fine." He's like, "I don't understand." Yeah, he plays very dumb. So as all that's happening, we see Daemon is with Laena, and they have 2 daughters. And Daemon is, I mean, when I say he is in love with this woman, Daemon is all about
love with the swirl, baby.
Good.
Not only is he in love with that woman, he's in love with their children. Like this episode completed what we were saying when we were like, Daemon is a fucking family man. He is all about family. Okay, and his wife, who is Corlys's daughter, restored according
the one that Corlys was trying to court with
Viserys. And we saw during
now she's like 29 or 8, whatever. So I'm not gonna say it. She's hot as hell.
Right.
Good God. But yeah, there's even a point where so not only does Aemon not have a dragon, but one of the daughters of Daemon and Laena don't have a dragon. And that daughter tells her mom, "I don't think Dad likes me because I don't have a dragon." And she says, "That's not true. Your father loves both of you very much." I can't remember how she described. I think it's something along the lines of he just doesn't know how to express himself, or basically, which is
true.
Very common among men. Very common among men. And but there's a scene later on that got cut out, and I wish they had kept it in, but I guess I know why they didn't. But there's a scene where Daemon is comforting his daughters, and he's like hugging them tight, and they're having this like emotional moment on the roof.
Right.
Exactly.
Key part. Last word. Key part. Legitimate kids. Key part right there.
He had fucking he had limp dick syndrome until he met Laena. Then he was fine.
Right. Listen, baby.
That's world, man. Hey,
that coffee in his creamer. Got it, baby. That coffee in his creamer got it going.
Man don't like vanilla. That's all. That's the problem. That's the problem. You just
stir it up. Stir it up.
The coffee.
But
she came over to Daemon and said, "You want some coffee with your cream, baby?" and they said, "You know what? Yes, I fucking do."
I would like that very much.
But and you know what? Damn, she was a cool character.
Yeah.
Damn, she was awesome. She was great to Daemon. She was great to everybody there, which meant she wasn't long for this world. But we'll get to it.
She during this time, she pretty much is. You see a big change in Daemon. The
He's not
fierce
cool.
war, right? The fierce, cruel warrior Damon is no longer around. But however, what she feels is a she feels Damon has pretty much become soft because he likes being a guest where he's at right now. Because where he's at right now, the the Lord of that land pretty much told him, "Look, I'm being nice to you because y'all motherfuckers got dragons, and we got some issues going on. And with your dragons, we can get rid of those issues, and you can stay here as long as you want.
Have access to everything.
Mhm. Right? Like you can stay
Have
here as
access
long as
to
you
everything.
want. Live like a fucking king here. Just long as your dragons take care of this little issue that we have." Damon is considering it. Right, Elena is like, no, we're gonna go back to our homeland or whatever, because she wants to have the child that she's having right now on her homeland. She's like, I want to go back home.
Yeah. And you
She
could
was like,
tell that. And you could tell that she was the only one who could like ground Damon.
I mean,
like keep Damon grounded. And he wouldn't have any ill remorse towards her. And that's when you knew that he was really in love with her.
right.
That she's the one that can set Damon straight, and Damon couldn't do a damn thing about it.
Hey, you just made Mongo blush. Look how red Mongo is right now. Mongo's a fucking tomato.
I said, damn, Marvin, you as red as the letters on your shirt, brother.
You just made Mongo blush.
hey, look, I like a little coffee.
Hey, Mongo.
Stop that. You're white.
I just had to. It just seemed like it fit at that moment in time.
No, you gotta take the shot when you can. I get it.
Next episode, you're gonna see Mongo with long silver white hair.
Listen,
We'll have the beard shaving off. We're gonna have our own Damon on the show.
listen. Is it me or does, because we're gonna finish talking about Damon in in a second, but I just thought about something. Is it me or does Aegon look like Daenerys' brother who sold her the Drago?
Looks just like him.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's a direct lineage, like if he's like grandfather.
Right, because he looked. Well, maybe great grandfather.
Great. Yeah, I guess it's still a while back. Yeah, that's true.
Because he looks exactly like him.
He does.
And
that's possible.
And Elena pretty much is telling Damon, you come in after Damon tells that Lord, we'll think about your offer. The next scene with Damon is him studying. Yo, the Jimmy Butler locks and plat. Bravo. That would be great. That would be fucking great. So you see Damon.
I gotta find that shit now. See if I can order it off Amazon or something. Hold on,
You got it. You find Damon studying with his youngest daughter, the one who she thinks doesn't like him because she doesn't have a dragon. He's studying with her ancient scrolls, and they're talking in Old Valyrian. Also, Damon is very much traditional in the sense that he's teaching his kids the language of this people. He's a real ass family man.
Mm-hmm.
He's a real life family man, and it's like Of all people, you get this, and then you see Elena. She pretty much tells him, like, "Yo, my man, you getting fat and soft. To ride drag together through the sky. That's what got our blood juices and blood going. You know what I mean? Like, let's do this. Let's go back home." And he's like, "Okay, yeah, sure." Pays her no fucking. He listens to her, but pays her no mind. Kind of like, okay,
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
all right, yeah, I'll think about it. I'm not gonna think about it.
He
All
just,
right,
he just likes being where he is. I mean, shit.
and
He fucking he sees what's going on over there. He's like, look,
fuck
it's
am
a
I go
place
there
to
for?
hang out. We're fine here. Let's just hang out here.
He done got banished from King's Landing so many damn times. He's like, why the fuck would I go back there?
Every time I go there, my brother's a dick. So you know,
Right. He's like, I got beat up the last 2 times I went there. I'm not going back. Like, what the fuck?
We got everything. We got everything we need here.
All right.
Ramon came with cocaines and hookers.
Right.
So anyway, we come back and old Littlefoot is telling Alicent he's a plan if she'll give him the ability to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And he
this
okays it.
this Littlefinger Clubfoot. Littlefinger Clubfoot's plan is some wild shit. Littlefinger Clubfoot's plan is to burn his brother and father alive in the castle.
Yeah, not only that, so they got some prisoners that were set for death, for murder, for theft,
Rape.
and rape. And he's look, you'll get your freedom if you do.
You have to. But
and
here's the
part
thing.
of it involved.
Here's the thing. Right, you can't talk and tell anybody about what's going on, and they thinking, okay, we can keep
They're
a
like,
secret.
oh yeah, we won't say
can
shit.
keep
And
it.
he goes, no.
No. You can't talk. This man has their tongue castrated out of their mouth. Just
and it's like a hot knife, literally hot knife through butter. So it's like cauterizing as they cut.
Right. So it seals off. So there's gonna be it's gonna be nothing. You just gonna have no fucking tongue.
It's not even.
And I'm wondering.
Quick. That is a slow process.
Yeah.
It's question: are those hooded men a part of the people who do the what you call it, that tour aria with the men of many faces?
Oh, the faceless men.
Yeah.
Faceless men.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. I mean, maybe this leads to that at some point. I'm not sure. They do seem to start because like in no time they're together. They have hoods. They go like their own little private way. It's like that's like a little secret society-ish. Horrifying. Yeah, it was fucking gross. This show even more than Game of Thrones really just focuses in
on how fucked up these shit.
Like how gruesome this shit is.
You are not going to look away from shit. You're going to see every little bit, and you're going to have to deal with it.
There is no damn. I wonder what that was like. There is no. I'm leaving nothing to the imagination. You want to know what a C-section was like? Let me show you. They're gonna put this knife in her right here. They're gonna cut it. You want to know what it's like to get your tongue cut out? We're gonna show you. We're gonna put this hot searing fucking knife on your tongue and show it going through your fucking lips. Like
they're doing it like nobody here is. There's no black and white. There's no inherently good, inherently evil. Everyone's doing some fucked up shit. In the first season of Game of Thrones, Ned Stark is responsible for someone being beheaded. And he tells one of his kids, this is something you have to do when you're a leader, when you're in charge. You have to make tough decisions.
Right. He's like, no matter what that man said he saw, unfortunately, the rule is if he deserted a big thing, and that's the rule. He has to die for that. I'm sorry that he saw what he saw, but he has to die.
and that's a rule that has been held to ever since. That this world has strict shit you got to follow, no matter what. And if not, you get a fuck up punishment. Difference is in House of Dragons, they show the punishment all the way through. Like in Game of Thrones, we were like, oh my god, they chopped his dick off. In House of Dragons, you see them chopping it off.
The blade going through the penis. Yeah,
they don't hold back on any of that shit.
Yeah, why'd you remind me of that scene? Good grief.
So they while the Hand and his son are at their private estate. Thank you. All of a sudden, the place catches fire, and the son can't break the door down. It's like jammed, and also like I guess he's just worn out from the heat and everything. He can't break it down, and the building burns down, and it kills the Hand and his son. Also, Daemon's wife is trying to give birth, and he's told by people there.
He's told by their maester, pretty much. That's over there.
Sarah's just told in episode 1 the same thing.
Like, there's a procedure that we can do, where we can remove the baby directly from the womb with incisions.
That's true, man. You live alone. You're right. That's very true.
We can remove the baby, but with an incision to the. And no, Daemon asked. He said, "Will the mother?" They said no, and Daemon said, "No, thank you."
Daemon was concerned.
No, thank you.
Exactly. This is why everyone was like, "Oh, this is the thing that made people want to root for Daemon, no matter how fucked up things he did." Everyone was like, "There's something about Daemon that just he does shit for a reason. Everything,
right?
And like you can see where he cares and where he doesn't. And what he cares about most is his fucking family." And that includes his wife. Well, Viserys was more worried about an heir. Daemon is worried about the love of his life on that table.
Pretty much. And they tell him that she won't survive. Daemon is like, "No, thank you. Pass. Hard pass. Hard pass for me." And Elena hears this shit. She goes, "C-section? Oh, fuck this shit. Oh, hell no. I'll do this on my own. I got my own solution." And
so earlier in the episode, we saw them flying with their dragons. And Laena's dragon is fucking huge. This thing is a monster.
Yeah.
And it's like twice or 3 times the size of Daemon's dragon. And it's an older kind of like it looks like an elder looking, like it's got shit coming off its face, you know. And yeah, she walks out there, and
it's this motherfucker behind me, if I'm not mistaken, in my virtue screen.
Might
be. I think it's this. Oh yeah.
And she just doesn't want to go through that, and says Dracarys. And this dragon is like, you can see in his face, the dragon's like, I don't want to do it.
Dragon is sitting there. First off, when she want him, Dragon's like, "What the fuck you doing here? You know what time it is?" That's the first look he gives us.
We ain't flying. It's my bedtime. What the fuck are we doing?
He's like, "Fuck is you doing? You know what time it is?" And then he looks her up and down, and he said, "Oh, you gonna do it?" And she said, "Dracarys," and he was like, You sure you want? Nah. You just talking shit right now." And she says it again, and he's like, "You dead ass serious right now? I don't wanna."
You could tell he didn't want to.
Right? He gave it a look like, "Come on, man, really?"
They gave that dragon a lot of personality in this episode that I really liked. There's a lot of like, "I'm tired of this shit" looks in his face. But it's also like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do
like, he has a lot of "I'm this shit." Looks on his going. I'm too old.
What's his name? What's his name from Danny? He's Danny Glover.
Danny Glover and Lethal Weapon. I'm too old for this shit.
That's why I'm gonna call it the Danny Glover dragon. Danny Glover dragon was upset.
He's like, "I'm too old for this shit," and reluctantly,
Daemon walks out just as he's like, "All right,
you say it,"
and then burned her alive.
Burnt her to a smithereen. Burnt them both to a smithereen. And Daemon, they don't show him crying, but you can tell that man is destroyed.
You can see his like legs and arms starting to give way before we cut back. Like he's about to fall to his knees, and then we just cut.
Then we
Which
cut
is
back to
another thing
Westeros.
It's another thing this show does where they're like, how did he react? You don't fucking know because they're trying to keep it as mysterious as possible, David. You never fucking know what he's thinking.
Right.
Anyway, yeah.
You cut back to Westeros now, and Rhaenyra has now made a proposition to the king. And as a ending her troublesome friendship with Alicent, she is suggesting that Chase marry
The daughter.
the daughter
Yeah.
to merge their houses and have pure Targaryen, blah 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 blah. And Alicent goes,
You don't think about it.
I'll think about it.
But it's like Rhaenyra was trying everything. Like let's just put this behind us. We used to be best friends. Let's fix this. I'm sorry. And she's like, yeah,
Whatever.
all right. Jey Uso, motherfucker, just like you
Right.
see this shit. Saying, yeah.
That's just a good idea. Yeah, good. Yeah. That's Viserys.
They leave, and she says, you have to forgive her. And she says, over my dead, cold body. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right, like, damn it, get over it. Like, what? You mad? You didn't take so supposedly she's mad that she didn't take Sir Cole's virtuosity. That's what this is about, then.
According to what's her name? Yeah, according to I can't remember that actress's name, but yeah, according to her, that's why. But anyway, so Rhaenyra goes and tells Laenor, "Hey, we're leaving. Pack your boyfriend. We're getting out of here." He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go."
Literally,
because he said something like, "A sailor knows
when to
not to sail into a storm, or like when to
Right.
dock when there's a storm or something like that." And she says that now, like, a sailor knows to prepare when the storm's coming. And as she's about to walk away, Laenor's
he's sitting there, right,
fighting around with this little boy toy, and
he's sitting there. She just gives him he gives her the look like, but what about? He gives her the look about like, what? And she goes, bring your little boyfriend on too. We need all the swords we can get. Come on, just bring him. And he's sitting there like, yes. He's like a little kid. He's like, yes.
pack your boyfriend. We're going to Vegas.
Right.
So and he just said like, oh, I get to go see my sister and her kids. And, one of those ain't right.
Right. Her kids.
You'll see the kids.
Right.
So we see them show up like on the doorstep. And that's where the episode cuts off. But the last thing we see is like Daemon on the roof with their kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there's a scene cut where he's like hugging them and talking to them and trying to like figure it out. But all we see is Daemon just like, and then walks away. Because again, they don't want you to fucking understand Daemon. They want to make sure it's all fucking. What was that about? Did he just not say anything to them? Like what happened?
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll find out next episode. But God, it is. They went through a lot over this past episode. Went through a lot of shit. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Listen, first of all, the fact that Viserys is probably going to be around for another 6 episodes.
Much. Motherfucking much. I mean, did they cut his arm off or his arm melted off? What do you think?
It's going to fall off the bone. It is going to fall off the bone.
Your man
is like fucking Peter from Family Guy when he wished for no bones. Just like
exactly. That's exactly what it's going to look like. It's you ever seen Vampire? You ever seen Vampire? You ever seen Vampire in Brooklyn? Remember when Kadeem Hardison started turning into the ghoul?
Mm-hmm. That's going to be.
That's Viserys.
That's Viserys. Yep.
Remember he was washing the car and his fucking hand stayed on the car roof? And then remember at the end when John Witherspoon grabbed him by the shoulders and he kept walking in his fucking arm? He said, "You got the dropsies, boy. Look at this shit." That's Viserys.
I'm
Viserys will
telling
turn
you,
into a fucking ghoul.
Viserys is gonna sneeze, and you're gonna see his whole shoulder fall off the bone. He's gonna cough. You're gonna see fingers fall off. He is deteriorating right in front of our eyes.
I should watch that. I haven't seen that movie in fucking. I should watch that this month. Vampire in Brooklyn. That's a good ass movie.
Oh, it's a fucking. First off, it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
It's also a great vampire movie. Honestly, it's pretty fucking.
It is. It is. And it's one of the few times that you actually see vampires of African American color.
Mm-hmm.
And it talks
like
about
that.
a whole vampire
It's like-
colony living in the Caribbean.
Yeah, it's fucking interesting. It's really unique. It's like that, and then we got Queen of the Damned one time, which was all right, but like,
Yeah.
It's cool shit. Side note recommendation: go watch Vampire in Brooklyn if you've never seen it. Good shit.
Right. Good shit. But I think we pretty much covered everything this week, guys. We talked about the hate of Alicent. We talked about the Daemon. And we talked about the toughness of Rhaenyra. That's pretty much what this episode was about.
Boss ass shit. From a boss ass.
Hate, love, and strength.
Strong episode, man. Strong fucking episode. Shit. All right, well.
Thanks for joining us as always, folks. You can always follow us at twitch.tv/undertheringpod or facebook.com/undertheringpod. Don't forget, you can always follow us at Greg Bush SK on Twitter. Then you can follow myself, Rock Ribs, and don't forget to follow Mr. Fresh Beard. Also, you can always join us on Thursdays as well, where we talk a little bit of wrestling. So if you're a wrestling fan, join us then too. You can follow our Facebook page so you can know what time we're going to start, because we try to start between about 8:30. Around, we try. Sometimes a little late, but we try around 8:30.
Kind of
Thanks.
it's supposed to be 11, but we sleep. It's Saturday. We slept in. Fuck it.
Right. Sorry about that. We got a late start today.
Y'all showed up. It's all right.
Right.
Thank you for listening to us.
Pretty much. Thanks for joining us, folks. We'll see you next time.